welcome to our Mother's Day edition of yoga today. I'm Joe, this is Fifi, and we are going to do some relaxation, some slower based yoga. I will lead today's class, if you don't mind, Floyd. All right, how about we get started? Let's come up to the front of our mats. Make sure your feet are hips width distance apart. Feel your body stacked upon itself, meaning over your ankles you have your knees, over your knees you have your hips, over your hips you have your shoulders, and in between your shoulders you have your head nice and straight. Bring that chin down just a tiny bit. You are looking forward. You can have your eyes open or closed. And begin to focus on a nice nasal breath. Begin sucking in, filling up to the base of your throat, and begin that exhale. Nice cool air. Just taking some of that carbon dioxide out of our blood system. Bring in some fresh O2. And release. Always be aware of what your body's doing while you are breathing. You can do a quick body scan starting at your feet. Notice the bottom of your feet, tops of your feet, ankles, calves, shins, knees, upper legs. Work your way up to the body. Reach the pubic area, the glutes, the sacrum. Keep moving up, abdominal belt, spinal column. Notice all that muscle, rib cage, heart. Working your way up, reaching our shoulders. Let that awareness go down your arms. And going out from your fingertips. And think about the center between those shoulders. You have your neck, you start moving upward into your skull. How's that breathing? Haven't even thought about that breathing, have you? On our next inhale, inhale your arms up. We are coming up into mountain pose. Again, make sure that you are aware of your body. Engage those abs. Tighten those glutes. And breathe. You should feel your body warming up. And let's exhale those hands down, coming back by your side. Take another round of breath. Next inhale, bring those arms back up, mountain pose. This time we're going to grab our left wrist with our right hand and exhale over to the right side. You are just stretching over. Do not try to lean your body forward or backwards. You are just leaning over. Exhaling into this stretch. And on your next inhale, come on up. Switch sides. Exhale over to the left. Sometimes we're not very flexible. Some days are different from others. Depending where you're at, you might go into this deep today or just very little. Don't judge it, just accept it. Inhale back up. Let's do it one more time. Grab the left wrist, Exhale over and stretch. And keep breathing. Don't stop the breathing. Last exhale, come up, switch wrist, exhale over to the other side. You might even notice you're going a little bit deeper than you did the first time. Maybe you're not. Stretch and breathe. 2 more rounds of breath. Keep breathing. Last one. On your next inhale, come back up. Bring your palms together. Bring those hands down to heart center. Namaste. Alright. Let's bring those hands down to our sides. Let's put our hands on our hips actually, and let's do some circles. I feel like a little lad with this music. Switch sides. I forgot to say that. Pause, go the other way. Let's come to a standstill. Let's go ahead and put some bend in those knees. Put those hands on top of those knees, not on the knees, but above them. Lower part of your quads. Pause, rotate those knees in the opposite way. Make sure you incorporate those feet. Pause and let's separate. Send those knees in opposite directions. And pause and go the opposite way of that. Let's go ahead and stop. Let's go ahead and let's stretch out our toes. Let's go ahead and step on top of those feet. Just using your body weight. Play with this a little bit. You might probably can't see my feet at home. And if you can see Fifi's feet, notice how she is bringing her foot on top of those toes. She is just stretching them out, going back and forth. You can do your hands at the same time. Massage those fingers. Fingers might be getting a little cold and not having some inactivity in the last few minutes. Let's go ahead and bring those fingers downward. Should be feeling a nice stretch in those forearms. It feels good on me right now. Let's go ahead and release. Let's go ahead and bring that thumb towards the inside of your forearm. You might not reach it. You might not only go a little bit. Some people might be able to touch. We're all different. Let's hold on to that wrist. Let's hold on to that elbow. Go both ways. Inhale those arms up. Lift your leg up. Release those toes. Wiggle out those toes. And let's do some ankle stirs. Go the opposite way. Let's do some knee stirs. Notice your balance. Go both ways. Let's do some hip openers. Rotate that hip outward. And then rotate that hip inward. Alright, still got your balance. You still got that balance beam. Now we're going to extend our leg up, nice and slow, using control. Come back, step down. How was that for you? Alright, let's go and let's capture the right side toes. Inhale your left arm up, and let's pull those fingers downward. And then you're going to drop your hand down. It's second. Alright, let's release. Let's go ahead and hold on to the elbow. Wrist turns. go both ways. Let's rotate the elbow both directions. And let's go ahead and inhale those arms up. Find that balance beam. You're going to bring your right leg up. Inhale it up. Wiggle those toes. Rotate your ankles. Go both ways. Come up to your knees. Stir one direction. Stir the opposite direction. Alright, and then we're moving up to our hips. Go both ways. Come back up. Inhale that knee up. Extend that leg out. Come back. Lower down. Whew. Let's go ahead and jump on our wind horse. So you're going to come into the saddle of your horse. And you're going to bend at your knees, come up, come down into a squat, up, and imagine that you're riding a wind horse, a magical horse. I believe this is Tibetan Buddhist tradition. It's part of their folklore, having these wind horses. We use them in yoga to create energy. You're just riding your horse. Exhale down, inhale up. A little bit more. And let's come back in our saddle. Pause, and let's go backwards. A wind horse is a magical horse. Few more. And let's return to our saddle and come back up. Very good. Let's do a balance. Let's do tree. So go ahead, find your footing. Just notice your body. Notice how your feet are melted into your mat. How they form, where they touch. Alright, and now you're going to inhale your right leg up. And you are going to go into a tree pose. So a tree pose can simply be resting your heel against your shin. You can bring it up higher onto your calf, skipping your knee. You can go into the inside of your leg. Bring those hands to heart center. These are our trees. This is tree pose. And breathe. Let your tree grow and blossom like the dogwoods of spring. And let's bring those palms back together, return back to seed, and step up. Very good. Whew. Let's do the next side. You might want to step out that one standing leg. You've done so much for us. Once again, going into tree on the other side, you can relax your heel. Bring your foot to the side of your calf, skipping your knee, coming up into the inside of your leg. Find that prayer pose. Find that breath. Keep breathing through your nose. And then let your tree grow. Sometimes you move. a seat and come on up. Ooh, that one was a little hard. Hi, welcome back. Thank you. I did the warm-up at the beginning. Fee will be taking over on the second half. Sorry, Fee.
Hey everyone, not to be too political, but I just want to point out my awesome shirt that was given to me by Steve Johnson. And it is for Camacho Elizondo Mountain Dew Herbert Camacho 2020 for president. If you've seen Idiocracy, you know who I'm talking about. So thanks, Steve, and everyone else. Camacho 2020. Woo! Couldn't get any better. All right, so we've done a little bit of balance. Let's continue with that balance, and then we'll move down to the ground. Happy Mother's Day, by the way, everyone. Inhale, let's bring our arms over our head. Get nice and long. Reach those fingertips up toward the sky. Exhale, let's sit down into a chair pose. Inhale, let's open up our arms, shoulder height. Exhale, take your left elbow underneath right. Hook your fingertips on the heel of your right hand. If that's not working for you, just bring your forearms together. Inhale, draw your elbows up in line with your shoulders, or as far as they'll get toward that. And then exhale, root down into your right foot and cross your left leg over. Squeeze everything, squeeze it, squeeze it. Squeeze those thighs. Keep drawing those elbows up. Take one more breath. Inhale. Woo, lift up. Open your arms. Mountain pose. Exhale. Turn your palms out. Woo. Bring your arms down. And then let's wiggle. Shake it. Wiggle. Wiggle everything. If that was challenging, if that took a lot out of you, that's okay. We're going to do the other side. Shake out those legs. Coming back to a nice center point. Inhale, arms up, mountain once again. Nice, easy balance pose. And then exhale. Let's sit down in our chair once again. We won't be here for that long. Inhale, open up your arms. Exhale, right elbow comes underneath left. You're hooking your fingertips, or you're just drawing your forearms together. Exhale, root your left foot down into the ground. Cross your right leg over. Squeeze. Squeeze deep. It's okay if you fall out. Squeeze. Squeeze down. Inhale, breathe, breathe, breathe. All right, let's open up. Uncross those legs, mountain pose. Exhale, turn your palms out and touch the air as you come down. All right, let's bring our fingertips to our shoulders. Inhale, draw your elbows up. Exhale, rotate them back. We're doing circles with our shoulders. Inhale as your elbows come up. Exhale as they come down. Nice big breaths. Nasal breathing. Next time, elbows come down, pause, and then exhale, and begin to do the opposite direction. Inhale, elbows come up, exhale, they come down. Keep those legs active. You're squeezing your butt just a little bit, activating your core. Every exercise is a core exercise, remember that. And then on your next exhale, when your elbows come down, pause for a moment. You can take hold of your your right elbow and look behind you. You can straighten that right arm, or you can do eagle arms. We were just here. Take 3 deep breaths. You're trying to direct your intention to the back body. One more big inhale. On your next exhale, open up and say, ah. Telemedicine. All right. Left elbow comes bent. You're going to take hold of it and look behind that shoulder. You can straighten your left arm, or you can do eagle arms, whatever feels good to you and whatever gets your attention to your back body. Breathing deeply. 3 breaths to open up the back left side. One more big inhale, biggest inhale of the day. And then exhale, open up and go, ah. Nice and big. Go, ah, Joe. That wasn't big enough. Inhale. Ah, let it go. Yes. Woo-hoo. All right, inhale, mountain pose, biceps to ears. Exhale, bend through your knees just a little bit, and we're gonna bend down into a forward fold. Originating the bend in the hips. All right, cross your arms and then rock yourself left to right, right to left. Let your head be heavy, tuck your chin. Alternating the bend through the knees. Come to a pause. Release your hands. Shake your head, yes. Rock your head, no. Come to stillness on your next inhale. Take hold of your calves or your thighs or your ankles. And then on an exhale, engage your quadriceps and try to straighten your knees. Pull your legs and activate your your deltoids, your shoulder muscles. We're really trying to get a nice big stretch here. Keeping your belly button moving to your spine. On your next exhale, relax your knees a little bit. Bring your hands down to the ground and step back into a plank pose, or you can come into a modified plank. With the knees on the ground, on your exhale, lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Make sure those elbows are tucked into your ribs. Forehead is toward the floor, the mat, or your blanket. Legs are relaxed. Inhale, coming into Bhujangasana, baby cobra. Squeeze your glutes to protect your low back. Relax your legs and lift your head, shoulders, chest, and hands. Feel the strength of your back body. Keep looking down at the ground. Nice deep breaths. On your next inhale, reach your arms over your head, biceps to ears. Take 3 deep breaths here. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Draw your hands on either side of your chest and press up into a tabletop position. Wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Toes are untucked. Exhale, round your back. Spine up toward the sky. Your belly muscles are engaged. Squeeze your belly muscles. Just help squeeze out any stale leftover air. Inhale through your nose. Cow pose. Arch your back, belly towards the ground. Chin and tailbone lift up. Exhale, cat. Squeeze those belly muscles so you squeeze your lungs dry of air. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Vajrasana. Inhale, cow. Vitalyasana. On your next exhale, sit back into a child's pose. Sits bones come to heels. Forehead comes to the mat. Inhale, reach your arms so that only your fingertips are touching the ground. We're breathing deep. Inhale, draw your breath awareness into your spine. Exhale, walk your hands over to the right. Option to take your right hand on top of your left hand and then draw your left hip toward the ground. Inhale into the left side of the ribs. Exhale, melt, relax, and then inhale back to center. Exhale, walk your hands in the opposite direction. Option to take your left hand, put it on top of your right hand. Your right hip moves toward the ground, and you're really opening those ribs and the little muscles that are in between those ribs. Take one more deep breath. Exhale, relax. Inhale, come back to center. And let's come into our tabletop position on an inhale. On your next exhale, gaze over to the right. Squeezing your lowest rib toward that side of the hip. Imagine that you're trying to look at the tailbone. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, look to the other direction. You're trying to find the base of your tail. So bringing the lowest rib down to the hip. Inhale, come back to center. Let's do that again. Exhale. This time, try to look at the top of your tail. Inhale, center. Exhale. Looking over the left shoulder, trying to get the top of the tail. Inhale, back to center. Exhale. Let's come down onto our bums and swing your legs around. All right. We're in Dandasana, so you're going to move physically. Take the excess flesh away from your sits bones. So you're just taking your thigh and moving it away, and then feel your sits bones. Bring your hands on either side of your hips and press the ground away from you. Toes are facing upwards. Quadriceps are engaged just a little bit. Belly is engaged. We'll be here for 3 deep breaths. Inhaling, drawing up from the top back point of the head up to the sky. And as you exhale, allow your sits bones to reach deeper into the ground. Inhale, lift your arms overhead. Biceps to ears. Palms are facing each other. On your next exhale, belly towards spine, forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Bending from your hips, engage your quads, and then let your hands fall where they will. Tuck your chin. Ooh, and we'll be here 5 deep breaths. Keep those quads engaged. You're squeezing them to protect your hamstrings. Feel your breath coming in, cool and fresh through your nostrils. Exhale, warm and stale through your nostrils. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, biceps are to ears. You're still bending in this forward fold position. Look at your toes, your big toes. exhale, see if you can come a little bit further, reach further. Inhale, lift up using the strength of your core. Remember, every exercise is a core exercise. Exhale, turn your palms out and touch the air as you come down. Feel that subtle energy. And then bend your knees. Plant your feet and come down onto your back body. If you need to scooch yourself down, your sits bones toward the front of your mat, go ahead and do that. And take a moment to breathe deeply and release pressure off of your spine. All right, inhale, draw your feet up to the sky. Draw your arms up to the sky. And then rotate your ankles and your wrists. Go both ways. Take hold of your knees, bend your knees, and then allow your knees to go over to the right. Left arm reaches out, and you're twisting from your belly button into your spine, breathing deeply. Inhale, draw your knees to center. Exhale, knees go over to the left. Arm reaches out toward the right. Breathe deeply. Twisting from your belly button into your spine. On your next inhale, bring your feet to the ground. Knees are bent. I'm going to turn around to show a different perspective. Your feet are on the ground. Arms are long by your side. And on an inhale, we're going to lift up into bridge pose. Squeeze your thighs towards each other. They don't have to touch, but we want to make sure that our knees are in line with our hips. Allow your belly to grow big on the inhales, and exhale, squeeze your glutes up. If you'd like, you can take your hands, place them underneath your hips, and relax into that space, into the hands. You can draw one leg up if you'd like. And if you've done that, bring it down. Inhale the other leg up. Exhale, bring it down. And then exhale, everybody relax down to the ground. Bend your knees, lift your feet, and come into happy baby. Rocking from right to left, left to right. All the while breathing deeply. If you like, you can open up your legs, hold on to your feet. Nice straight legs, getting a deeper stretch in your interior thighs. Just make sure your quadriceps are engaged to protect them. Inhale back to our cockroach pose. Fingers and toes are reaching to the sky. Let's do a little bit more ankle and wrist rotation. Go the opposite direction. And then on a count of 10, you're going to press your low back down to the ground, and we're going to lower our hands and legs. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Inhale, get long, reach the fingertips and the toe tips in opposite directions. And then exhale, relax the tension. Draw your arms long by your side. Come into Shavasana, or corpse pose. Palms are facing upward. And you're going to breathe deeply. stay in Shavasana as long as you are able, at least 5 minutes, to allow your parasympathetic nervous system to take over. You're going to rest and digest all that good hard work that you have gone through. But Joe and I are going to come up into a seated position, or at least I will. Joe can stay in Shavasana. And I will sign off for both of us, bringing hands to heart center. Picture this in your mind's eye. As we inhale, we'll draw our thumbs to our third eye center, and exhale, bow in gratitude and graciousness for each other in this practice. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Remember, Camacho 2020.